Leadership Best Practice Award will be presented to Gus Casamayor, head of AC Graphics in Miami. This is a especially nice one as far as I'm concerned. I was one of his early customers, maybe 20 or 20 more than 20 years ago. Gus Casamayor is the chairman and the CEO of AC Graphics, which is a printing company, a very successful one. You have to sit for a minute, Gus, because I got to talk about you first. Wait for me just a minute, okay?
Can hardly get to it.
In fact, Gus and I worked together many years ago at Uplands Magazine, which he did a wonderful job of. But Gus's firm grew and has been prosperous and has grown just enormously over the years. He was the founder of it. He is a fourth-generation printer, going back to Cuba. In fact, when his father and grandfather had their printing plant confiscated by Fidel Castro. He ended up in jail for being a printer, too, which doesn't sound right to me. But Gus has been with a family of printing for all these years. He's been very, very successful. But it always gnawed on him, which some things I think most people don't know, that the printing industry, in fact, is among the most polluting industries in the country, maybe even in the world, as far as contaminants are concerned. And it's the number 3 user of fossil fuels. And this has weighed on Gus's mind for years and years and years, until he finally took the opportunity. I think he has his son now as the president of his company. It's still a thriving business, but he has decided to dedicate himself to making changes, big changes. In fact, he cleaned up his own shop, learned the difference between recycled and recertified paper, converted from petroleum to vegetable-based inks, became the first triple certified printer in Florida, and has made his mission to educate others. I don't know if you all have been in business and had to do with anything with printing projects. People will always tell you, yeah, you can do that recycled vegetable stuff, and but it's going to cost you a lot more money. Well, Gus has been quoted in the newspaper just in the last couple of weeks as saying, if anybody ever tells you that, you just tell them to send them to him, because he'll show you why it ain't true. And that is perhaps the most important part of the mission that he feels, and that is to educate others and try to get others to follow him. He's not very popular in the printing industry right now, but I think he'll be popular among those of us who are committed to sustainability. And we are very proud to present the Leadership Award to Gus Casamayor.
Thank you. Wow. See, that was my wife. Gee, thank you. Clyde, thank you very much. We did a calendar for him one time. He's a wonderful man, and I cannot tell you how important it is for me for this trip to be with you. So many people that care. I just cannot believe it. Big companies, little companies. Wow. So I have a mission. I have a mission to accomplish, and it is, number 1, to stop the usage of petroleum in my shop, and then to show all the printers in Florida, which we have more than 3,000 printers. Can you imagine if we all the printers in Florida stop using petroleum? We can say goodbye to Chavez. Not only that, at AC Graphics, since we discovered certified paper, we've always had this problem with recycled paper. I am 100% for recycling everything. I recycle my underwear. I send it, I wash it first, then I take it to Ecuador, and then I make sure that they use it again. So we recycle everything. We must recycle everything. But you know what happens with paper when we recycle paper? If you use recycled paper in your office, number 1, it's more expensive, 40% more, or even more. Number 2, if you buy more than 35% recycled, even if you buy 35, in fact, they don't sell up to 35% recycled. They're having a little greenwash. They have one product, 100% recycled, in all these stores, but it doesn't run in your machines because the recycled pulp, after it's been recycled, it just doesn't work the same. And I know because I have the same problem. I'm always getting trouble, talking about recycled paper because there's so many people that have used it for so many years. Even your invitation says recycled paper. Well, you don't have to do that anymore. You buy certified paper, and that paper comes from trees that are sustained. Can you imagine this? I found out this. I didn't know. I've been in printing all my life. I have a little picture of me when I was 4 days old, on top of a printing press. So I know. And I don't know. I didn't know until not too long ago that we could save all the trees. In fact, my quest is to go to Oprah and tell everybody that if you buy certified paper, we'll stop the problem with forestry. Can you imagine? If we can all do this, instead of printing with print with recycled 100% paper if you want to pay more. But if you want to pay the same as regular paper, print with certified paper. And if you do, the trees will be planted again. And that's it. It's through a chain of custody. You come to my seminar, and I'm not going to do it now because he told me stop, make it short. But if you come to my seminar or you invite me to your seminar, I love to do it in your gym. I will be happy to show your students before you send them out in the street, wow, buy certified paper. Demand from your printer not to use any petroleum. And if he says, no, it's more expensive, have him call me. I pay for vegetable-based ink. Listen to this. I pay today less than I paid for petroleum-based inks. Over 3,000 printers doing the same thing. Bye-bye, Chavez. Not only that, I don't stop there. I'm changing every single petroleum product. I'm changing it in my shop as I speak. One at a time. When I finish, no petroleum, not one drop of petroleum in my shop. I will not charge 1 penny more. Instead of buying a boat in Miami Beach or instead of having a girlfriend here, I put it as an investment. That's not a bad idea.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.